Yeah, so my basic training was about 12 weeks long, and then I went off to Larkhill in Wiltshire, which was like your phase 2 training, which is like your trade training.
What did you call it? The training?
Trade training, yeah. Because like...
So is it like basic training to see if you're fit enough, and then you go and actually learn what you're going to do?
Yeah, so basic training's to, like, you become a soldier first. So it's like, become... Like, everybody's a soldier first, depending on what you go and do. So, like, you got... Like, it's like anything. It's like being on a building site. You've got plumbers, you've got electricians, you've got fucking carpenters, all sorts of stuff, you know? So in the army, you got, like, engineers, you got fucking Royal Artillery, you got fucking infanteers, you got fucking... And then in them trades, it's specialist roles. It's like in the infantry, you got, like, mortars, you got snipers, you got fucking all sorts of stuff going on.
And are you using the basic training to try and establish what you're going to fit into?
Yeah.
Or have you pre-signed up to roles?
Yeah, you've already like pre-signed up to what you're going to do. You get like 3 choices, and obviously, I typed in on the day that I failed the Royal Marines medical, just fucking commando, and it come up with Commando Gunners, which is based in Plymouth. They're 2.9 commando, so they like work on artillery guns, like a big 105 howitzer in the fucking middle of the field kind of thing. Because I don't know, it just seemed like a interesting role. It was like it's classed as a combat role, and that just seemed like the reason why I wanted to go down the commando route, because it was sort of like from the area where I'm from, Devon. It was quite a big thing to go and do, and it was meant to be like one of the hardest things that you can do, going from like civilian to military, and I just saw that as a massive challenge.
Yeah.
Not for like some people walk around like, oh, fucking hell, I'm a Marine, bloody blah, but I wanted to do it for myself, like, because I wanted to scratch that itch, so to speak, of seeing what it was all about.
Yeah.
The bodybuilding side of things, and because I still had that itch with the bodybuilding at that time, as I was always massively into my weight training and all that sort of stuff, like through basic training and all that sort of stuff. You have a personal locker, and in my personal locker was like a set of dumbbells, my creatine, my aminos, like everything. Like, we weren't actually meant to have it because they don't like you using that sort of stuff, because, I don't know, because you wouldn't have it out there, so they don't want you falling into the mindset of you have to feel like you have to have it to perform. But I thought, well, if I'm putting myself through all this training and doing fitness like 2-3 times a day, doing like fucking ridiculous amounts of steps, all that sort of stuff, why would I not want to be getting the most out of it? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, surely that's a perfect time to be hot on your nutrition, not just shoveling your face full of shit like fucking potato rosties and fucking baked beans.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I always had my weights and all that sort of stuff, and I always knew that I was going to go down a bodybuilding route at some point, but it was just a case of like, when. I always knew that was going to be a thing. But yeah, obviously typed in for the Commando Gunners and all that sort of stuff, and then I done my 12 weeks basic training, which is obviously your soldiering and all that sort of stuff, and then I went off and done my trade training, which was in Larkhill, Wiltshire, which was 30 weeks long. That was very different, because like what I found with the 12 weeks, I remember passing out of my basic training, and I felt like everybody was really happy. Everybody was really pleased. They had all their families there. They were buzzing. They were over the moon. And I stood there and I remember thinking, what the fuck was all that about? I was like, just felt really underwhelmed. And like, because it wasn't what I wanted to do, which was the Royal Marines, I felt like I'd failed myself and let myself down. I was really disappointed.
Yeah.
And the thing is because I trained so hard for that 2-year gap to then go and do the army, I was smashing the Royal Marines fitness tests. So I was like, I got myself to a really good level of fitness going into the basic training. I didn't really find it overly that challenging.